Welcome to the Incred podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Incred podcast. We're facing an enormous crisis with the second wave of COVID 19 upon us. And to fight it effectively, we need to ensure that each and every one of us gets vaccinated. So, in today's podcast, we will answer all questions that you may have about the vaccine. And to speak on the subject, we have with us a veteran doctor who has served in the Indian Army for multiple decades. Please welcome Dr. Virender Gupta. Okay. Hi, Dr. Virender Kumar. We are very happy that you have taken out time from your busy schedule and you are here with us for this recording. We really appreciate it. So, welcome to the Incred podcast, sir.
Thank you, I'm on.
I just wanted the audience to know about you from your own, voice in this field for more than 30 years now.
I served in Indian Army. I was initially I served in the Himachal state in the permanent service. Then I joined Army, served for 33 years in the Army, retired in 2014. Then worked in charitable institutes. I worked as medical superintendent also, and at present working in one charitable institute and seeing COVID cases also, and mostly poor lot.
Okay, so this podcast is all about the COVID-19 pandemic and the second wave that's happening, which is happening in the country right now. So what we wanted to know is what makes this Indian mutation more dangerous than the original virus that was there and the other variants that are present? How is it different from the other variants?
This is a double mutant virus, B1617. It is 2.6 times more transmissible, and 60% more infectious than UK strain. In the last COVID wave last year, that was affecting mainly the elderly. And this time it is different. It's affecting even the younger lot. And this time it's very serious and mainly causing pneumonia.
Okay. And in terms of fatality, the deaths that it's causing, is it more fatal than its predecessors?
Yes, it is. Because it is causing pneumonia much earlier than the last time, and too many cases have occurred at a short period of time. That is why it's more dangerous, and especially in people with diabetes, hypertension, and other comorbidities, this is affecting them a lot.
So, luckily, the vaccinations are now more easily available, thankfully. But people are still struggling, getting the vaccination. So, can you tell us how does this vaccine work, and does it give you complete protection from the virus, or are you still susceptible to it?
It gives a lot of protection, but there have been instances wherein people who have taken both the shots, both the jabs, have also suffered. And the only thing is severity is decreased. One, secondly, in most of the cases, it protects a lot. Especially healthcare workers, it's affected a lot, causing pneumonia and deaths also.
So, Dr. Virender, we wanted to understand how exactly does a vaccination work, and with the two major vaccines being Covaxin and Covishield, which one is considered better, or which one is more recommended? Because there's a lot of confusion about it. So, if you can just walk us through how exactly vaccines work and your take on these two vaccines for the Indian audience.
When we take vaccine, it creates antibodies in the body, and that is how it protects the body from getting the disease. There are two vaccines available at present. One is Covaxin, the other one is Covishield. Covaxin is given after 4 weeks, second dose, and Covishield now it is 8 to 12 weeks. And third one has come, which is Sputnik vaccine. It's given, second dose is given after 3 weeks. All are equally effective. Complications are occurring in some cases, not all. And they certainly protect from very fatal disease once we have taken both the shots.
Okay. And when people are going for vaccine, are there any precautions they should follow, dietary precautions or anything that they should follow before getting vaccinated and after the vaccination?
Yes, there are certain contraindications like pregnancy, they don't take, they are not given the vaccine. Then ladies who are breastfeeding their children, they are also not being given these vaccines. Then people with high BP, high blood pressure, they should control the hypertension and then take the vaccine. And there should not be any apprehension. It's quite safe. The only thing is they should follow the precautions like mask, wearing mask, then social distancing, hand washing, all these things are to be followed.
Okay. Of the vaccine. So what are the most common side effects of these vaccines and how can one deal with them and how long do they last usually?
One, you said fever. Second is pain at the site of injection. Third, swelling can occur. Then certain rashes can occur. And in some cases, definitely some serious complications do occur. And if you take simple paracetamol and plenty of fluids, that is good enough. And maximum anti-allergic drug, that suffices. If one has severe complications, then they should consult the doctor and get blood investigations done and other stuff.
Okay. And what about the usual medication that people take, like for example, BP or sugar and all these simple.
They should continue. They should continue. They should continue that. They should continue.
And multivitamins also most.
If they're taking it, it's okay.
We can continue.
It's not. Yes, they should continue. It's not essential that anybody taking vaccination has to take vitamins.
So, there is this there's this common misconception where people think that, once they have got the dose of the vaccination, and if they do a COVID test, they will test positive for the virus. Is that true?
They can test positive also. Antibodies are being formed, they can test positive also. And in some cases, COVID is occurring. Very few.
Okay.
Very few.
And in that case, what should people do if they are detected positive or have some symptoms of COVID after the vaccination?
Same isolation and vitamins and paracetamol, that's all.
Okay. And we've already discussed, the gap that should be there between the two doses. But
Covaxin, it's 4 weeks. Covishield, earlier it was 4 weeks, then it was increased to 6 to 8 weeks. Now it is 8 to 12 weeks.
Right. So what happens if somebody is not able to take the dose in this stipulated time for any reason? Does the vaccine then become ineffective?
No. Ideally, it should be taken little bit gap will not matter.
Okay.
Antibodies will be formed, but if somebody takes both the shots, antibodies are.
Understood. And so, do people who've already had COVID in the past and they have recovered, do they also need to take the vaccine because they already have the antibodies? So, do they need to take this vaccine or they are okay without it also?
No, they should also take both the shots.
Yes, sir. Carry on.
Getting a COVID, creates antibodies. Yes, that is true. But next shot is taken after 3 months. That is the time period when those antibodies start disappearing. They require both the shots.
Okay. Okay. And can people start exercising and getting back to their routine immediately after the vaccine, or what is the care that you would recommend after a person has got his shot?
Like, I took both the shots. I never had fever, no complaint, nothing of that sort. So I could do
Mhm.
that. But in your case, you said you had fever. So
Yes.
you have to, become all right before getting into that. Otherwise, there's no restriction on anything.
Okay. And sir, one question is there, when people go to the centers to take the vaccine, what are the precautions? Because, all of a sudden there are so many people around us once again. And what are the precautions we should take when we are
No,
going to the vaccination center?
no, administrators should act sternly. There should be 2 meter distance between each individual. One, mask should be worn by everybody. Hand washing
Mhm.
required. If these things are followed, nothing will happen. When I went there, I found
Hmm.
police chefs, they were very, very strict.
Okay.
They did not allow anybody to come closer to anybody. And we had to ensure that we were wearing masks. And I don't know why it's happening now. Maybe
Hmm.
uh, it, I took it initially in the February month of February only. So
Okay.
you went later and maybe more crowd.
Hmm.
But that
Yeah.
has to be controlled. That is administrator's job. They should be doing it. No
Hmm. Hmm.
laxity. No laxity in that.
Right.
Otherwise, it will be
Right.
counterproductive.
True. And I wanted to ask you, which vaccine did you get, doctor?
Oh,
Uh,
uh, I had no
which
option.
one?
I got Covishield, and I'm very happy with that.
Okay. Got the doses. So many people think that once they get the vaccination, then they don't need to wear the mask, and
Nothing of
they
that
won't
sort.
get COVID.
Nothing of that sort. Masks have to be worn. I am seeing COVID patients physically also, besides
Mhm.
online, and I am prone. I am also prone.
Right.
There are mutant viruses coming up. We have to take complete precautions till the time herd immunity develops. And
Hmm.
ICMR, they give directions that yes, masks are no more required. Then it's okay.
Mhm.
Otherwise, we should, in the larger interest of the people.
Continue. Right. And so that was very, I read a very interesting article today, and it said the Center for Disease Control, CDC, they've said in the US that people who are fully vaccinated no longer need to wear the mask. So what is your take on that? Do you think it's too early, or do you
It's
think
too
it's
early
all
for
right
India. It's too early for India.
for
And
India?
moment you give laxity, how will you come to know whether I am vaccinated or not?
Right.
That's what I am saying. Herd immunity develops and
Hmm.
general instructions are passed. Till that time, all should be treated at par.
True. The podcast, I think, this pandemic has affected people both physically and mentally.
Yes.
Any tips on how people can safeguard their mental health and deal with this situation?
Uh, Best thing is to remain happy, to keep talking to people, to remain in
Mm,
touch. If you have those positive vibes in you, endorphins
mm,
are released and your immunity develops. That is the best thing to do. Remain happy, follow the instructions, no
mm.
laxity, and I'm sure we'll be able to win over the battle.
Okay, great. Many people are already talking about a third wave coming. So, do you think there is a possibility that there will be one more third wave in the country of the pandemic?
Any number of ways may come. Now that we have got a jolt from the second wave, we'll be much
Hmm,
better prepared. Yes, that can happen because the still people from 18 onwards will be
hmm,
vaccinated, and kids
hmm.
below 18 they have not been vaccinated. And in the
Right.
third wave, people who will be affected will be those who are not vaccinated. So government is doing its best to protect that crowd from getting infected. We'll be able to cope up with that much better. Now we got a jolt.
Okay. Hmm.
We'll be better prepared.
Great, great. That's some good news. Really great, sir. Thank you so much for your service. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for being
Thank
a
you.
part of the podcast.
Thank you very
Um,
much. I'm honored.
we are very
I'm honored.
humbled to have
Thank
you
you
here.
very much. I'm
Thank you,
really
sir.
honored.